Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here on the first Geeks Corner of 2025.
True.
Craziness. How did we get here?
Well, the passage of time is that the Earth rotates around the sun, and that causes our years to be
I
365
was
days
just going to
long,
say we
and then
took a left at the fork in the road, but
also
that's
that.
okay too. What should people do, Katie?
Just go into the chat. You should tell us what you are looking forward to the most in 2025. Personally, I read your article that you put out about 2025 and looking forward and friendship and positivity and making a difference in the world. And I think that that is also what I am looking forward to the most.
Good. We're going to talk about that a little bit. That is true.
Amazing.
What else should people do?
I already said go into the chat
Okay. I guess that's good.
and answer that.
Clocky says, seeing friends. Absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing you, Clocky, and recording some stuff, I think, too, which will be a lot of fun. And we need to talk about that very soon. Yeah, it'll be good. It's a lot, or it's been a busy week, busy year starting all
Has
of
been a
that
busy
stuff.
year.
It's literally 1 week into the new year, and I feel like there's already a ton of things happening. Starting off with the Parkside Market opening at Downtown Disney District in the Disneyland Resort, and it soft opened on Saturday, I think. Yeah, Saturday it soft opened, and it's got several businesses inside of it, and you can really do a lot of different things there.
It's true.
What do you think of this?
So I think this is kind of our answer to the Disney Springs co-op market because it's kind of like one building. There's a lot of stuff inside of it.
Except for its food.
Yes. Personally, I think it's giving college campus, gotta use your food credits at the end of the semester type of vibe. I don't know if that's a universal experience, but my friends that I visited at college had that experience. And it's like specifically Grand Canyon University is what I'm talking about. There's like one building and there's like a Chick-fil-A, there's like a Qdoba, there's all these like different businesses.
Which place here do you most want to try?
I most want to try Gigi's chicken.
And what do you want to get at Gigi's chicken?
I want the chicken sandwich because everybody is saying very positive things about this chicken sandwich.
That or the chicken nuggets, not the chicken strips, I would be all about
And
also.
on a totally opposite direction, I think Soul Sister would be a really good one because I think it looks really good.
Yep. And what is it, Sip and Sonder?
Oh, Sip and Sonder's cute.
So I'm probably most excited to try the food at Gigi's.
Okay.
But I'm equally excited to try an Americano at Sip and Sonder.
Yes.
And this might have to be like a video for our Patreon or something. Because one of the things I like to do is go to different coffee shops and always order an Americano.
What's an Americano?
It's literally just espresso and water.
Okay.
And I like it hot. But I like to order those because you can't hide anything with those. And you can tell how good the coffee is, how good the coffee shop is, for how well they prepare and all that jazz.
There are 4 fundamentals of coffee. That is water, that is freshness, that is proportion, and that is grind. And so you really can't hide a whole lot behind your coffee, your freshness, your water, your proportion, your grind. Like you can't really hide behind any of those things. So Parkside Market, I could not read that.
Said, well, that's why I put it up. People could read it. We didn't have to then.
Gotcha. I just could not personally read what
it
said.
On the side too. You're good.
Had good drinks as well. That's good.
There you go. I think it's funny because I've seen some discourse, if you will, about how good or bad the views are from the place, and I think they're great. I would be happy watching fireworks from there because it's not like you're going, like when you're in downtown Disney, you're not there to see every little firework. You're just like, ooh, explosions in the sky. So I think that's great. I love the view of the monorail. Like, I think it's a nice addition to the Disneyland Resort. I'm looking forward to seeing how the whole area progresses because there's some permits happening over at what was formerly the ESPN zone. That'll be interesting. We got the new steakhouse coming, the new restaurant next door. Like, there's a lot of things that are still in the works for downtown Disney, and until it's done, which may never be, to be completely honest, because we got Disneyland Forward as well. it's fun to watch these things grow and develop and evolve and all of that fun jazz. Should we move on?
Sure.
All right. Yesterday, I went to the Disneyland Resort to cover the ending of the holidays, which meant the end of Christmas Fantasy Parade, the end of Disney Festival of Holidays, the end of Haunted Mansion, all of that jazz. Before we get into everything, my question for you is Disney Festival of Holidays, what was your favorite thing this year that was a part of the offerings in the entire park?
The
And what do you want more of?
Probably favorite thing was Mickey's Happy Holidays because I love it.
Mhm.
I wanted more of the sitar player that was
Oh, he
at
was so good.
Sonoma Terrace. I'm so sorry, sitar player. I don't know your name, but I wanted more of you and I loved you. So
He was really good. Actually, that kind of changes my idea. I would like, or my favorite thing was the bands
okay.
in Paradise Palisade Gardens, whatever that is in the middle. I'm sure.
Paradise Gardens Park,
Yes.
Cafe de yeah, iced coffee.
But I love that we got quite a few different bands this year, and so you could catch out different ones. I hope we get more
Yeah.
of that in the future, like favorite ones returning, some new favorite ones arriving. I thought that was fun. The sitar guy being one of them, even though he wasn't there, he was over at Sonoma Terrace. Because if you've never heard a guy singing classic rock accompanying himself with a sitar, you just haven't lived. Like it's so good.
You're not wrong. You're
like
really not wrong.
it's just something you never knew you needed or wanted, and then you hear it and you're like, this is kind of amazing.
I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again very briefly. He started playing the first set that we heard. We're sitting at Sonoma Terrace. We're enjoying our beverages. We're talking to friends. And I do this thing where if I hear a song that sounds like something I know, I will jokingly start singing said song. It's a thing people do. And so
But that was also every song.
and so I hear it and I go, Josie's on a vacation far away. And then 3 seconds later, and I went, oh, this is real. This is like really
Like, I
happening.
wonder if this guy does weddings.
I
Can you
kind of
imagine
hope
seeing
so.
him at a wedding? Like that would
Do you think
be.
we can get him on Geeks Corner?
I don't know. We got to figure out who he is first. But
We can get him on Geeks
can
Corner.
you imagine seeing him at a wedding? Like that would just be
As a cocktail
amazing.
hour?
I was thinking as the entertainment for the reception. Because I was thinking, like, there's all those like Saturday Night Live where they have like the movies where they have the very unique wedding entertainment, and I'm like, a reception
Like
entertainment.
Domingo.
Like this could be really, really funny.
You know Domingo.
Maybe
No, you don't.
I have
It's
no
okay.
clue.
Yeah, Domingo's crazy. He was at their baby shower too. Like it was
Okay.
wild.
Um.
I'm literally
Anyway.
referencing SNL and a wedding reception bit.
I was talking movies.
Anyway.
Okay. I don't know. Itzy knows Domingo.
Okay.
So there you go.
See it.
I also watched SNL in a different era than you did, I think.
This is just a thing that was big 6 months ago.
Oh, well, of course I don't know it then.
He came all this way, had to explain direct from Domingo.
There you go. Sorry, Kermit.
Sorry, Kermit.
Yeah. But I thought that was great. The like the entertainment all around I thought was really solid this year, and I want more of it. I don't know if it's technically festival holidays, but the mariachi show was really a highlight.
That was really fun.
That was just a highlight resort wide, I felt like this
Correct.
year. Christmas Fantasy Parade. It was the 29th year of the Christmas Fantasy Parade this year. And that means it's the 30th next year. We'll see if they do anything for that. I'm hoping. Like, I don't know what you would do for a 30th anniversary of a parade because that's not something that we hear very often. And the closest I can come is we got artwork and what else did we get for the 50th of Electrical Parade? Which is weird to think how close they are together. Yeah, so maybe there'll be merchandise and artwork from Ashley Taylor.
I think they're only like 15 years apart.
I feel like Ashley Taylor could do the artwork for it. Well, it'd be 20 years apart or 22 years apart. Because the 50th was what, 2 years ago for 3 years ago for EP?
I thought it was like 5 years ago.
Okay, so then
I thought it was like 2019.
25 years.
I'm just confused all the time.
Okay.
Well. Anywho, so this is the 30th season it's ran, correct? Because it debuted.
It'll be 30 years old because if it started in 95, and it didn't go in 2020.
Exactly.
So
So
like
that's what I was saying. It's 30th.
it's the 30th year. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's always a trick on like how you count that, because technically it's still, I don't know. I'm counting it as 30th.
We're counting it.
Yes. But Clocky says there should be a new float. I think that's a great idea. I don't know what it would be.
We all know how I feel about
Um,
A Christmas
I've
Fantasy.
been hearing lots of people saying they want the Toy Factory float back. So Grand Calstan, you are in good company. Skiers, I like a lot. I like the skiers. That would be good. I would like the old Toy Factory float with Pinocchio on the front on the chair that like swung all over the place. Like I thought that was great.
I only know the one Toy Factory float. I did not miss it. I'm so sorry for saying. And then
I kind of don't either. Like I didn't think, I know a lot of people really love it, but to me it was too almost simplistic. Like everything else is very
intricate.
yeah, like it's a real world that's kind of grown up around you, and like the old version of the float was that,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like wood, and it kind of had that feeling of being in kind of like the mailroom at the beginning. It matched
Yeah.
with that, and if it matched with the mailroom, I think I'd feel better about it or miss it more, whatever.
What I miss is the Winnie the Pooh unit and all of them
yes.
dragging their little sleds.
Well,
It was Eeyore dragging his little
Eeyore
sled.
dragged it.
Yes.
Winnie and
Piglet.
Piglet were fine.
Yes.
They knew how to ride the sleds, not drag them.
But yes, that's what I miss personally.
Very fair. Then Haunted Mansion Holiday said goodbye yesterday.
When's it coming back?
It is coming back in August.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yes. But it has been here since, was it July 20 something? Was it the 22nd or something?
It's been here so long.
Yeah. So the big question is, when do you really think it should come back?
When do I think?
I'm opening the door for you.
Okay. Thank you. I think it should come first day of the holidays in November.
And which version is your favorite?
Oh, classic.
Classic. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm a little bit of a Haunted Mansion holiday not lover. I like it. I enjoy it. But I think Haunted Mansion Classic is incredible, and it bums me out that I can't experience it all year round.
I tend to go on Haunted Mansion Holiday the first day and the last day of the season.
Yes.
Like that's kind of my routine, and I feel like that's plenty.
Yeah.
Whereas traditional Haunted Mansion, I will go on multiple times throughout the year. My question is how many other people are that way as well? Because I have a feeling the reason you have so long of Haunted Mansion Holiday is because the demand is there and the numbers warrant that. And I'd be curious what which one actually draws more people.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like part of it's not fair because I think people just in general want to go on a Haunted Mansion attraction in Halloween time. And
they settle for
a lot of us would love to go on the traditional one because that just fits so perfectly. But
I also think that they're very different story beats. I think Haunted Mansion Holiday is much more upbeat. It's much more like not frantic in energy, but it is much more chaotic almost.
I mean, it's like the movie.
And Haunted Mansion Classic is very like, we have this creepy organ and everything kind of moves slow and it's creepy, it's eerie. And to me, that is the one I prefer. In my perfect world, it would start with the holidays and it would end with the holidays, much like Small World Holiday. I don't need it to be forever. And I would love it if we got those 2 months of holiday and then Classic was the rest of the year and we had it for Halloween, and I would be.
And that's where I'm very curious. Like there must be a demand and that's why they do it. But we're not that demand. I don't know. Like I like them both.
I'm not that guy.
Like Classic better.
I'm really not.
Yeah. Yeah. I also really liked the speaking of the season, getting to go through the new queue. Like the extended queue is beautiful. It's great. They did a wonderful job. What? You haven't been on it yet?
I haven't even been near the new queue.
Yeah. But that's okay.
I've stayed blind to it because I want to experience it on my own. And yes, Small World Holiday mentioned because she is.
And honestly, the new queue is going to be even better with the classic version of the attraction. So I can't wait to do an extended video of the queue with classic Haunted Mansion. Probably at night. I feel like that's what needs to happen because I think that will be the best time to experience that.
I'm gonna stay away from that area of the park until Classic is back, and then I will experience the
So
new
like 2
queue
weeks.
for the first time with Classic.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It'll be very fun. I think it's gonna be fun. In 2 weeks, also Lunar New Year begins at
Ah,
the Disneyland Resort, mostly in Disney California Adventure, which means lots of food, some entertainment, hurry back, all of that fun stuff. My
hurry
question
home.
is we her hurry home. Thank you.
So we were just talking about Haunted Mansion.
Is we got it's true. It's in my brain. And I just went on it yesterday.
It's true.
Shocking. We got to look at the foods yesterday that's going to be offered for Lunar New Year. We also learned that there's going to be 3 versions of the Sip and Savor Pass, and the Disney Parks blog said that you can ask for which version you want. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate because the press release I got said it was going to be random. So we'll find out one way or the other when it what was it January 17th? Is that when
Mhm.
it starts? Um, but there's also a ton of food that's coming. Some of it new. Is there anything that's jumped out at you from the menu?
So nothing's jumped out at me because I've been excited for everything.
Okay.
If you no, we're gonna talk about this every year, every time Lunar New Year comes up.
Hmm.
There was the day that Disney California Adventure Park got completely rained out, to the point where we were in waterproof layers and we were still soaked to our bones.
Hmm.
And we got to eat Lunar New Year food for free because they just said, please, we made all this, we can't do anything with it. And so that to me is one of my happiest Disney parks memories. And whenever Lunar New Year comes about, I love Asian food so much. And so I'm really, really excited about this.
Chocolate firecracker.
Yeah.
That one sounds fun to me. There's also there's some ribs. I was texting with our friend Christina the other day, and she's like my go-to, what's good this year at Lunar New Year, and that one looked really good. It looks like it'll be messy but delicious. I think that'll be fun. Always, I kind of like all of the noodles. I feel like
Yeah.
because there's I think a shrimp one that I remember seeing that looked good. The garlic noodles are always good. The garlic noodles are also going to be at Sonoma this year,
Ooh, that's a good
so
choice.
that's better because then you can get it without waiting for the really long line. Because this is the problem; it's only 3 weeks long,
It's true.
so everybody just crams in here for this thing, and it's all of it's generally good. Other than waiting in line. I really think it's one of the best festivals we have at the Disneyland Resort, just because I think the food is generally great,
Hmm.
the entertainment is good,
Hmm.
the the vibe of everything is good, the message of it's great. Character costumes are awesome all the time. There's just nothing really you can miss when it comes to
Are
Lunar
they
New Year.
featuring a snake character this year?
I don't think so. It
Because
sounded like
who
in
could you feature besides like
Caw.
Caw?
Um,
Story of Twins
oh wait, what's the one? Sir Hiss,
from?
Robin Hood.
Oh yes,
Um,
but I just don't feel like we have a lot of snake options.
I'm trying to think if there's any others.
See, I get lucky.
Okay, see,
I'm
Cloaky's with me, Sir
Year of the
Hiss.
Rat, so mine's kind of
Jafar's.
Jafar's staff.
Sure.
So
So they should just put Jafar in
yes,
Disney California
he
Adventure
also
for.
turns into a snake.
Yeah, technically he's a snake. I mean, in multiple ways.
It's true.
There you
Foreshadowing.
go. Um,
Karen coming to a Disney park. Karen was the giant cobra for the Reputation tour. She had a name.
okay.
So the joke was that every time somebody had a snake at the Eras tour, it was Karen with a Y.
Fluffy from Indiana Jones. Way to
Oh
go.
yeah.
Love it. Uh, Speaking of Indiana Jones,
I've heard of Indiana
30
Jones.
years ago at Disneyland, the Indiana Jones Outpost was opening in Adventureland,
Yeah.
and with it, Indiana Jones, the Pinball
I was gonna say
Adventure,
the Pinball
which we
Adventure.
have spent many an evening on Sundays, well, back in the day, at the Pinball Adventure. Then it disappeared and it came back, and
It's moved locations many
it's
times.
yeah, it's been bumped around the room a little bit or down the hall a little bit, but mostly in that same location that it started. Doug wrote about it this last week. Last week? Yeah, it was last week because it's still that early in the year. Um, and did a fantastic job taking a look at the Pinball Adventure. And my question is, did you ever play it or did you always watch it?
I've never even watched it.
You did once, because I'm pretty sure you weren't with us, huh? Oh,
No.
so we used to go there.
Yeah. I've never even been near you when you've played it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, then we're not gonna have a lot to talk about with that one, then, huh?
I literally was just like,
Huh. Okay.
I know the
Well,
lore. I've walked by the pinball machine with you, but no one's ever actually played it around me.
okay. Well, there you go.
You could tell a story
Check
of
it out
lore.
on check it out on Doug's most recent 30 years ago at Disneyland. No, basically we just go play. Like there's not a huge like it wasn't a competition or anything. It was more of just that was one of the Sunday routines we'd occasionally hit. Um, Not to the same level of Flynn's Arcade and competing there where it was really something on
Also
Sundays.
never saw Flynn's Arcade.
Yeah. Roger did an article. We'll go to there instead. That brought up an interesting question. So the Walt Disney Family Museum shared about Lady and the Tramp, and Saturday was National Spaghetti Day, and so the Lady and the Tramp almost did not have the spaghetti scene, which is unfathomable. But my question is, so this one almost gets cut, but think in other movies, what would be the quote unquote spaghetti scene that could cut that would completely change the movie?
Easy
Like
answer. Part of Your World.
part of your world.
Because
Yeah.
that was almost cut.
And I was thinking At Last I See the Light.
Yeah.
Like if you had a moment like that one could easily get done and change the movie pretty significantly.
Fact that like I frequently think about the fact they went, well, part of your world's not testing that well, and so we're just gonna cut it. And thank goodness somebody's like kid, I think, saved it. Was like, no, I like that part. But like that entire movie
didn't help with Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, well, they did cut that one, so
Cassia. Well, you know.
But yeah, no, it's just I don't think at all Little Mermaid would work without Part
I
of Your
think
World.
the funny thing is you think of the spaghetti scene.
Mhm.
It's really like if you go through a lot of movies, it's A Whole New World in Aladdin. It's Beauty and the Beast and Beauty and the Beast.
Mhm.
It's Can You Feel the Love Tonight in The Lion King.
But the spaghetti scene transcends like all media. Like you think of how many times it's been referenced in not just Disney movies and not just kids movies. Like it is something that is so ingrained in pop culture references that it's like
But it's that pivot song
Yeah.
/ moment that really, like, if you didn't have that, I can't imagine the film being the beloved classic that it is today.
Yeah.
And the cake making in Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. It'd be like taking out Make It Blue, Make It Pink.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those iconic moments, maybe the most iconic moment in that movie,
Or
other than taking like opening at the beginning when she's in the little box.
Or Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
Yeah, Dopey in the Bar of Soap. Yeah, there's so many of those moments where it literally changes the nature of the movie if it's not there.
Yeah,
and
I'm glad they
crazy to think
kept it in.
Like I'm trying to think in like The Princess and the Frog, which one I think that would, what moment that would be.
Friends on the Other Side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Like I think that if you didn't have that like voodoo segment and this like creepy this is what's going to happen, I think it's that, or if you were to take out the Almost There.
Yeah. It's very interesting to think that like the spaghetti thing really does mess with my brain, because that is the love song, the moment of coming together before everything goes wrong, moment that's in so many of these movies, and it's such a pivotal part of so many. What is it? So This Is Love, maybe, from Cinderella.
Yeah.
Like it's that moment, and if you don't have that, I almost feel like you don't have a Disney movie. Like that sometimes is what makes the difference between what's truly a Disney musical versus a DreamWorks or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, it's an interesting thought. It's an interesting article. Go check it out. Roger wrote it and did a fantastic job. We got about 5 minutes more, and as Katie alluded to at the top of the show, I wrote a post on MrDaps.com instead of DapsMagic.com talking about the new year with new adventures and a new era. Do you want to give the short version of what that was all about?
You want me to do
Yeah, I want to hear what you took away from it.
it? I took away that it's the focus on the, not to be somebody in the room, but what you focus on grows, and
Yes.
um focusing and choosing to focus on love, positivity, friendship, and community, even when things are hard. Um, and I thought it was very beautiful.
Great. So, great to have those things. Great to have these ideas and these concepts that we're putting out on and focusing on. But we also have to do practical things,
Mhm.
calls to action, movements, things. So, what we want to do this year is we really want to be intentional about having fun together, geeking out together, letting the puppy come into the room. Um, all of that is good stuff. But we really want this year to be more fun than ever, more community based than ever, and really just a kinder than ever and more positive than
Mhm.
ever, I guess. So specifically, we want to really lean into the chat box in these things. Like on Geeks Corner, we're going to be doing some fun meetup ideas that we have that we're kind of noodling how that's actually going to work and when it's going to work and what it's going to be, so everybody can be there. Obviously, Chalk Walk will be a huge part of this when it
Mhm.
happens, whatever time this summer. If I were putting money on it, I would guess sometime in August because that seems to be the popular time. But keep these things in your mind, and when you see them coming up, or if you have ideas for things that could be fun to do together as a community, either virtually or in person, let us know in the comments on social media. Over on the Patreon is always a really great place as well because we're just very accessible there, because we get notifications that aren't overwhelming from Patreon. Whereas social media gets a little overwhelming.
From time to time.
We get a lot of little red dots. Um, but specific ideas would be fantastic as we go into the new year. Um, maybe there's even a an event that we want to do or something later in the year that would be a lot of fun. Or just go listen to music at the piano, or catch a show at Disneyland, or go everybody meet up just to go on the Mark Twain, something like that. Like they don't have to be huge things, but they do have to do things that build people up and build up community, and that we have fun doing together, I think. How do you think of that?
I agree.
You do
I
agree.
I
Good.
do.
Oh, good.
That'd be so crazy if I was on this show and did not.
That would be funny.
Hey honeys.
That'd be like Womp.
I no, I think that um as you say in the article, like there's a lot of not positivity in the world. There's a lot of not so great things. And so I think that we do what we can do to make a difference. And I think what makes a difference is um finding other people who don't make you feel silly for loving the things you love. Um and that's just a conversation that just popped up in my head from the other day. Um as I have a puppy crying at me right now. But I just think that it's about choosing to surround yourself with people that better you. And I think we've got some really fun things coming up for Daps. There may be a somewhat cooking series coming to the Patreon. So patreon.com/Daps Magic. And that's just like another fun thing just to get to do. So yeah.
Exactly. One other thing that we can do as we're focusing on keeping kind and making a positive influence in the world is there's a lot of people struggling tonight, as I believe over 30,000 people
Mhm.
have been displaced because of the fires up in Pacific Palisades, if I've got that right. So if you're online, you see people struggling, whatever, um, help us amplify them, tag us, let us know. We'll amplify their
Yeah.
stories. We'll amplify hopefully help them find support that they need, and let's use our platforms for good, because one of the great things we can do with social media and the internet is connect people,
It's true.
and so we can connect the people that need help with the people that are offering help, and maybe we'll even get something up on the site tonight or tomorrow morning that kind of just direct people like, hey, this is a resource where you can connect people that need the help, and maybe you're feeling lost and destitute on a very windy and stormy from a fire perspective night, which is not so fun at all. But welcome to Geeks Corner Plus. I do see Clocky said you can't change the people around you, but you can change
The people
the
around you.
people around you. That is true.
So
That's
true.
and so we do enjoy having positive people around us that want to change the world and do it in a positive way. And we're gonna have fun doing it in the coming year, I think.
That means that Indy will be taking me out of his life because unfortunately I am the toxicity to him. I did try and brush him today with the puppy vacuum. And so he just he doesn't really. Oh, are you forgiving me,
And
sir?
as always happens during Geeks Corner Plus, if you have any questions or comments you'd like us to respond to, let us know in the chat, and we'll stick around a couple more minutes and do exactly that as the dog licks the microphone.
He
I'm
didn't like the
sure
mic.
that sounded great.
He didn't like the
Oh,
microphone.
okay, it looked like it.
Nope.
But yes, it'll be a fun year, and we'll hopefully do a lot of fun things. Yeah, he does not like the vacuum.
It's a puppy vacuum.
Clocky would like one prediction. Katie, what's your prediction for 2025?
Disney wise or otherwise?
I think we'll stay in the world of Disney and positive stuff.
I don't know. That's really hard. He is upset. I would love to say we found out he's scared of the dark yesterday. I wish I could say I have some grand prediction for who's going to narrate Candlelight. I don't.
But I'd love to see Tom Hanks.
Yes, we would love to see Tom Hanks.
I predict something big in the realm of entertainment from Disneyland this year. I feel like something is coming that
Beyond Paint the Night.
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if we get something else in the coming year, either actually mounted or announced.
Okay.
Within a year. Like, I love that idea. Have a group outing to watch Paint the Night, Chris. Great idea. I think that should be.
Oh, I like the idea a
That should
lot.
definitely happen because we're gonna all have to camp out for this thing anyway. In fact, I was talking with somebody yesterday while waiting for a Christmas fantasy parade, and we were kind of doing the whole pregame because we do this pretty frequently. It's like, so how early do you think we're gonna have to get there to wait for it? And yeah, so maybe we do something like that. That'd be very fun. And pick a night and we'll make it work.
Do you
That's a
think
great
they
idea.
might bring out back the no curb saving until the ropes go up?
I hope not. Honestly, just if people, this is my weird thought, and I'm probably in the minority here. If people want to spend their time at Disneyland waiting for a parade or waiting for a show, let them wait, because it makes the lines that much shorter for
True.
me to go on Indiana Jones, Big Thunder Mountain,
It's true.
Haunted Mansion. Like, I love it when people wait. Like, and sometimes it's I'm the one that's waiting, and I'm okay with that. Like, I think if you want to spend the money you spent on Disneyland to sit and wait for a parade, go for it.
What I am looking forward to the most in 2025 is the 70th anniversary with Paint the Night as like a special asterisk. Do I think the 70th is going to be mind-blowing or anything? No, I don't. But I love anniversary celebrations. I think they're super fun. Somebody's in a mood tonight. And so I am looking forward to it. I think that if you don't want to think of it as the 70th, you could think of it as the 10th anniversary of the 60th. And that's pretty magical. I loved the 60th. The 60th is
It was fun.
So
don't I get to say what I'm looking for?
I was just looking the
okay.
Tokyo Disney comment.
I think what I'm most looking forward to is probably Paint the Night. I am excited about Wondrous Journeys returning as well. That's very fun. And I'm curious about the New World of Color. Like, I think
fair.
That'll be cool as well. I wish to make a new print to match up with the decade prints. That would be cool. I like that idea.
Diamond Celebration was like
I think it's funny though because you are very Diamond Celebration
Mhm.
like excited about it, and for me, it's all about the 50th. In fact, I found my 50th mug today. It was pretty cool. Um, but that'd be an interesting show. Is the different decades celebrations that people have experienced through the years. Maybe get Doug or something on that because we've got quite a few between the lot of us, I guess you could say. But the 50th is impossible to beat, and Parade of Dreams is probably the best parade Disneyland ever did or will do, I would say. And
I just sorry that some people like the 60th because of the friends they made along the way.
yeah, I like that too.
Clearly one of us values the friendship more than the other one.
I'm just being objective about what Disney offered. But anyway, we are running out of time. Katie, what should people do?
You should go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens.
Mhm.
Subscribe to our mailing list and also find our Patreon, patreon.com/dapsmagic. Find the new cooking segment that we're going to start working on. We don't have anything yet, but it's going to be there.
It'll be soon.
It will be
Ish.
soon. For everybody that's ever said, "Wow, Mr. Daps, the food you make looks so good."
There will be a little bit of a
There'll be a
this is how it
behind
happens.
the scenes
There you
of
go.
how the magic happens.
And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got a ton of stuff going up. We still have a ton more to post. And soon it'll be Lunar New Year stuff as well. So you won't want to miss any of that. And we're getting close to 100,000. So every subscription helps get us that close, much closer to that goal. And then we'll have to come up with a new one, I guess. That'll be fun too. But that is all the time we have for you this week. So we will see you around the corner.
Bye.